In NIE, we create this learning environment based on knowledge building principles. And what we do is to invite young children into this space. They work with real-world problems of sustainable living. They work with their peers, and they work with experts in the field, and they have the agency to explore problems that they are really interested and curious about. We can liken the student knowledge building design studio as a living lab. So we have a space for students to play with ideas on sustainability. As well, we have a playground for teachers to see what is possible in teaching and learning. We use a technology called Knowledge Forum, where students write ideas. They are scaffolded in a certain way of thinking through the problem. Apart from that, of course, virtual reality gave them the embodied experience of sustainability features in NIE. The other piece of technology, also with our collaboration with our colleague in NIE, is the Internet of Things. And we wanted students to really understand the importance of collecting the right data to help them explore the problem.
So what I see from knowledge building is that it challenges the paradigm of how we teach and how students learn. So I think in Singapore, I think all of us know that when we teach, there's a certain set of expectations, there's a certain set of learning outcomes they want to meet. But in knowledge building, these are actually generated by the students themselves. Yeah, and it's a whole new way of looking at our traditional thinking about teaching. And what I saw this 2 days is really quite mind-blowing, because the agency was given straight to the students to direct themselves, to come up with the questions themselves, to chart their paths, and ultimately to decide. So instead of the teachers deciding for them, they decide themselves where they want to go, how they want to find things out, and ultimately what is the thing that they discover.
They let us implement our graphs and data into a PowerPoint slide in ways I've never seen before, and putting me on the spot to think more.
Usually what we do in school is quite similar, like learning about sustainability. I've done it for the past few years, but when I came here, I thought it was going to be as brief as in school. But here we did deeper researches into ocean pollution and global warming and stuff. It gives me a clear understanding of what's happening in the world right now.
They like the idea that their ideas are being trashed out and people are listening to them, and really grasping the idea. They came back to me and they were talking about sustainability and how many more ideas they're getting from their friends. So I can see that they have a sense of learning together as a community.
I guess the very interesting challenge we face over the years of doing KB Design Studio is to actually question our own assumption about learning. We saw at the initial stage, teachers were getting a bit worried because they saw the students really getting a little bit distracted because they were given the space to explore, and they were worried that they may not be able to deliver. There's a lot of anxiety even on us as designer of the learning space. But over time, something even more interesting is we learn to trust the student. Idea development doesn't happen in a linear manner. It happens in multiple pathways. Students get distracted, but they reorganize themselves. And many times the students, as they are engaged, they are motivated, they are gaining so much more than what we had planned out for them. I think innovative practices in Singapore and in NIE is not new, but I think KBDS set it at a different angle because teachers has an opportunity to see what the students are capable of, the potential of the students. With all good intentions, sometimes we come with a deficit mindset and think that, oh, they need this, so I'm going to do this for them. But having a space where teachers can really observe the children at play with creative ideas and how they work with each other, I think that space for teachers to see it come alive is important. And I think KBDS contribute to that part of education.